Something truly horrifying has happened at a place you'd probably least expect it, Australia's iconic Bondi Beach. In this explainer, we're going to break down what happened that evening, look at why this attack has shaken an entire nation, and talk about the huge questions it leaves behind.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? Think about a place that you connect with good times, with relaxation. For so many people, that's Bondi Beach. And then, in an instant, all of that peace is just shattered. That's really the heart of this tragedy.
Let's start with the human cost, because it is just staggering. We now know that 10 people lost their lives. 9 of them were innocent people just trying to enjoy their evening, and the 10th was one of the attackers. And it doesn't stop there. Beyond the lives that were lost, we know at least 12 other people were injured. And get this, among them were 2 police officers who ran straight into the gunfire to protect others. Their bravery, it's just incredible.
So, how did this all go down? To really get it, we need to look at how the events actually unfolded. This wasn't just one thing happening. It was a completely chaotic, fast-moving emergency that took everybody by surprise.
The initial reports were, well, a mess. But a truly terrifying picture started to form very, very quickly. It seems this was a coordinated attack with more than one gunman. Police got one suspect into custody and another was killed, but the danger was far from over. Bomb squads had to be called in to search the area, and authorities were just begging the public to stay away from what was still a very active and dangerous scene.
What's really chilling is the timing and the location of this attack. It all happened right near a crowded public celebration for a Jewish festival, a place just filled with families, with tourists. And that detail, it raises this awful possibility that this wasn't just a random act of violence, but maybe a targeted attack.
But, in the middle of all that unimaginable terror, something remarkable happened. As total chaos was breaking out, ordinary people did some truly extraordinary things. We started seeing eyewitness accounts and videos capturing these moments of incredible courage, with complete strangers risking their own lives to save others. And there's this one moment in particular that has just captured the world's attention. A video seems to show a civilian, with absolutely no thought for their own safety, just charging one of the attackers from behind. In a split second, they tackle the gunman to the ground and wrestle the weapon away. It is a breathtaking act of heroism that very likely saved so many lives. Of course, the impact of this attack goes way beyond Bondi Beach. It has sent a shockwave across all of Australia, a country that, for a long time, has felt pretty immune to this specific kind of violence. And to understand why, we really need to look at the country's unique history with gun control.
Yeah, this right here, this is the heart of why this is so shocking for Australians. The country has some of the strictest gun laws in the world. As a result, mass shootings are, well, they're practically unheard of. The violence at Bondi is a brutal outlier. It's a shocking event that just doesn't fit the nation's identity.
To really get why Australia is in such shock, you have to know about the Port Arthur massacre. Back in 1996, after that horrific event, the country completely changed its gun laws. They banned semi-automatic weapons and had this massive national buyback program. And those laws have been incredibly successful, which is why the attack at Bondi feels like such a deep violation of a peace they worked so hard to create.
So, as the immediate danger starts to fade, a new phase begins. The focus now shifts to the long, painful process of healing, to the investigation into what went wrong, and of course, to the search for answers to the questions that are now haunting the entire nation.
The immediate crisis might be over, but this situation is far from resolved. Hospitals are still on high alert, treating the wounded, and police have warned that the number of casualties could still go up. And of course, a massive investigation is underway to figure out not just what happened, but how it possibly could have been prevented.
All of these facts, all of this pain, it all leads to one simple, yet absolutely profound question that is now on the lips of every single Australian. In a country that has done so much to stop this kind of violence, how on earth could this happen?
And that question isn't just about figuring out who to blame for the past. It's all about protecting the future. As Australia really grapples with this tragedy, the whole nation is facing a critical challenge. How do we learn from this and make sure it is never, ever repeated?
Bondi Beach has been changed forever. A place that once symbolized carefree fun and safety is now a site of mourning. The memory of that day is going to be this painful reminder that even in a place that feels like paradise, the threat of terror is always there. The challenge for Australia now is to find a way to heal without ever forgetting the lessons of this tragedy.